But I also, not that I'm going to show it because of Danger Mario, but I do have a funny point that's really cool that takes a lot of the tension out of this battle. In order to make this battle fair, the first 3 slot reels you get are all shine sprites. And you have a 100% chance of getting a shine bingo.
In that case, I'll just
What?
do the thing. Yeah, shine.
Bye, bitch. Final boss is done.
Because that's the other thing. Peach is only a full heal in terms of HP and...
No, she restores everything.
Oh.
And then the shine restores everything. And it's rigged.
Okay, it's nice that the game did that, but if Peach is a full restore to everything, what's the point of the shine? Oh wait, it's to get your audience
back. But it also tops you off.
Mm.
And if you know that, then you can absolutely, in a casual run, take a lot of the piss out of that fight, because Peach full heals you, meaning you can...
Yes, because this, like, dude...
Now, it is 1!
Yes, it's just the first one, because, you know, you have to do all that shit.
Aye!
It's the first one, because you have to do all that shit without a fucking checkpoint.
Peach full heals you, and then the shine?
And remember, all the cutscenes are unskippable. That's the true evil during that.
The shine also is a full restore, and it's rigged. But it is just the one. Do not think they give you rigged slots in the final boss. The shine's rigged. And knowing that means you can waste points like a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, it's because due to this, didn't really get to, you know, talk out the final boss and what... I love the can't warp, so just... didn't really get to talk out the final boss and what she can do. Well, you did get to see a bit of it in the first phase. The second phase is basically sort of more of the same, except... The second phase is when she adds the attack where she summons the...
She'll replace her 2 grabby hands with a horde of hands that will pull you into the shadows and beat the shit out of you.
Yes. And I think that attack was defense piercing. It was
a lot of her moves are.
To,
However, this is
not only are a lot of them defense piercing because of the weird way they work, a lot of them are, I believe, also unguardable.
However, this is Danger Mario, so I just beat the shit out of the final boss.
Like, I believe the health siphoning attack, because of the way it's hitting you, it can't be super guarded. And someone might say, like, but if something is defense piercing, wouldn't it technically, like, you know, ignore the guards anyway? Not inherently, because can't some defense piercing things be super guarded?
Defense piercing ignores your defensive stats. 1 or 2 moves that do, I believe, can be super guarded.
I found this on the way. This must be the
treasured. We heard rumors of in Rogueport. Theory. There really was a legendary. Oh, Professor Frankly. Might be something great. All's well that ends well. How do we get out of this dank place anyway? Let's go home, Mario. Back to everyone. So, that was the final boss.
Yes.
I beat the ever-living shit out of the Shadow Queen. Woohoo! Cracked out Danger Mario. I chunked her into oblivion. Which I knew going into this. But I wanted to show this off specifically to show how Danger Mario can absolutely obliterate the endgame. Shadow Queen only got to attack in the phase where you can't damage her. Having you around really did wonders for my research. Never let you monopolize Mario for your research anyway. Besides, you said I could be your research assistant for next term. That's right. Oh, since I'm talking about the game somewhat, even as we go into the end game, when the Shadow Queen went from 0 health to 90, 90 is the minimum threshold of health loss before she basically becomes invincible. So that first phase, you only have to get rid of a % of her health. You do not have to kill her.
Yeah.
They're not that cruel.
And also, because we were focusing on other things, didn't talk about it, you only, like, get one experience from the final boss, because going back to the weird level shit, I believe the final boss's level is 0.
Yes.
Again, going back to what I said at the start of this, where the weird level shit seems to be based on how much experience they want you to get from something. Again, hence why Maisie Daisies are level 100, so that they will basically always give you high payouts until you get to, like, level 90.
Okay. Anyway.
Sniff.
Damn it, God, I can't say it. I was turned into word vomit. Miss Mouse is optional, so if you do not have Miss Mouse, she's not here.
Does she say anything?
What?
Does Miss Mouse say anything in this section if you have her?
Yeah, because she gets her own part of the fucking ending.
So, if you don't have her, that part of the ending...
The ending doesn't exist. Yes.
Take notes, Final Fantasy VII.
Well, oh boy, it was most agreeable that I had the chance to meet you. If not for you, then my dear Scarlet would still gaze down on a broken pavilion. But now I'm off to sea again. I know Scarlet would have wanted it that way. Let's see each other again, Mario, and this time, let it be on the high seas, old boy.
Yeah.
Time for us to part, my little cheese hunk. But I will not say farewell, because you're welcome here anytime. And since you're welcome, you should come anytime you please, sweetie. Now be careful. And until we meet again, adieu.
It's interesting that they actually did, take the time to give her dialogue, because I make a joke...
She gets a whole extra part of the ending!
Because I make a joke about that, but
Oh,
using something like 7 as an example, because Yuffie and Ventus are optional, don't they just sit...
Vincent, not Ventus.
Same thing.
No.
It's both square.
I was gonna say Ventus is an entirely different character.
They're both square edgy boys, I'm right. My point is, because they're both optional, they'll just sit there in all party scenes and not say anything.
Generally, yes. Miss Mouse actually gets dialogue.
So I made the joke about 7. Aren't they actually in 7's ending because they were made optional really late into development?
Yes.
So that's why I think they're there in the
I
ending.
believe they show up in the ending if you have them. But Miss Mouse gets dialogue and an additional cutscene. So regardless of showing off Miss Mouse, whether you think she's a good or bad party member, I just wanted to add her ending to the endgame. Because it would feel weird to not show that off, because I knew...
And I'm just the type of person, even if they become a perpetual bench warmer, I prefer to get all the party members in a game if you can, going back to 7 as an example. Or we can argue the usefulness of the optional characters. It just feels weird not to have them when I know
this game only has one optional party member.
Yeah.
One. And it's Miss Mouse. If you do not have Miss Mouse, she's not here and you don't get to see her ending. So you can actually get a slightly faster ending without Miss Mouse because she's optional. But I always grab Miss Mouse.
I'm the type of person where if I know
Yes.
an optional character is there, it just feels weird. Even if they're useless, this is why I try to recruit and keep everyone alive in Fire Emblem. My OCD does not allow me to do the other thing.
Look, out there! Roguefort's positively shining. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, you can barely see the shit lines from here. Yeah, the one section you need the boat to get to, they actually bothered modeling that. That's kind of funny.
Yes. Had a pretty rough time of it, didn't you? Now that Peach is safe, I guess everything's okay.
Because of this fade-in, there's a theory that this entire game has just been you recounting the story to Luigi. So, why did you spend 3 hours cooking everything in that cookbook?
New fangled mail gadget? Goombella here. Still working with Professor Franklin. Beat the Shadow Queen. There's tons of Rogueport lore we still don't get. So, my research with the Professor goes on and on. This is what I was talking about. Every character gets an ending. And it's in her email. So if you do not have Miss Mal's, you do not get the Miss Mal's ending. And as someone that loves this game to death, I would feel weird not doing that. Hell, I did the pit for Christ's sake, but I mean, it was dangerous.
Well, we have, the funny thing was we did the pit and the getting all the recipes. Technically, like I said, we wanted to fully complete everything. We should have gotten every badge, which we didn't do.
And all the troubles, but fuck that. I do love her little email updates.
Also, holy shit, she basically just walked everywhere on foot. Like, sit there and think about that. Actually, how did you get to half of these areas on your own?
This I fucking love.
Yeah.
Flurry's back on stage in a big way, and the crowds are totally ecstatic. And the play she's doing right now is the story of our adventure. Yeah. And it's called Paper Mario. I saw it twice. It was totally the best play ever.
And that line, the other theory is that the entire game was you actually playing her stage show.
And somehow Toothless has joined the troupe as an actor. Who saw that coming? His transformation skills serve him well, but still kind of creeps me out. Little Tommy, yeah, fighting solo in the Glitz Pit. Said he's getting pretty close to a title match event. Isn't that just adorable? Oh yeah, he's calling himself the Greg Gonzalez Jr. in the ring, by the way. Sort of silly, but kind of cute too, don't you think? Oh, and wait, I have to get this exactly right, or he'll get like so mad at me. He has said that he could totally take you in the ring now, so bring it.
Have you seen Danger Yoshi? I believe him.
Damn it. Isn't that too cute? I mean, you're also not wrong. Damn it, if he followed in the Danger Mario footsteps. Oh,
I've been saying throughout
Vivian's going back to hang out with her sisters. Very much important after all. Now that the Shadow Queen's been defeated, I don't think Beldam's into evil. Oh, and Beldam also promised me she would never be mean to Vivian ever again.
Now, I know they can teleport, so we can't exactly, keep them somewhere, but it's like, you don't just let people like that fucking walk away.
Sure you do.
Though again, like I said, I guess to be fair, because of their ability to teleport, it's like, how do you exactly keep them in prison? You kind of can't.
Fabry's going out to sea every day now with Cortez. I think his soul has healed. Ran into him on Crowhall Key by accident the other day, which was nice. He was so happy, I thought he was going to blow up on me for a second there.
Wait, if he was out to sea with Fabry, how did you get to the island?
Technically, if we're using my continuity, we have those sewer pipes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Also, here's the other thing that you have to think about, and is also not weird. With Cortez being a good guy and no longer cursing people, I think it's also implied that you could just get boats to come out here. Since it's kind of been proven that the skeleton, Spanish conquistador dude over here is completely fine. See? Still running the bag shop in Rogueport. She's happy. She comes to Frankly sometimes to visit. But as usual, as soon as sets foot outside the shop, she turns into a badge ninja. She said just the other day that she had found some super rare bats, actually. That's our globe-trotting, mystery-making, floating little bat speed, huh? God, I love her theme. She gets a part in the ending. Oh yeah! In my travels, I heard a rumor that Lord Crumb and Grotus were both still alive. Guess that makes them pretty tenacious baddies, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, I think about it, but Crumb does just fucking disappear.
Yes.
From the end game after you beat Magnus von Grapple 2.
Yes.
Also, again, why the fuck are you letting them stay alive? Like,
but they've mellowed out a lot, just like Beltham has, and I don't expect more trouble.
Like, Crump is incompetent.
No, but first they make this joke. Plus, I hear Grotus is just a head, which really cuts down on mischief making.
I don't care if he's just a head. Like, Crump is incompetent enough, and after you giving him the old what for, I could see him stopping. You find that Grotus head, you take a sledgehammer, and you keep pounding until it stops moving.
Nah, they're mellow. Speaking of miracle survivals, guess whose favorite calculator is still computing? Said he really wants to see you in Peach again.
Bitch, the base blew up!
It got better.
It's bullshit.
Is it though?
Yes.
Totally rambling at this point, so I guess I better wrap it up. Just want to say, even though things got tough, I'm grateful for our time together. And there's one thing that kind of weighed on me, and I never got to express it to you. See, well, maybe that's best kept a secret.
Not gonna lie, the warp cycle's kind of awkward from that angle.
So please say hi to Peach with me, okay? Till we meet again, your friend, Goombella. That's awesome, bro. Sounds like everyone's doing great over there. Also, bro, what's with this whole purple get-up? I mean, when you came back from Roquefort, you were just wearing it, and it's been a couple of days now, bro. So, what the fuck is going on here?
It's also starting to kind of smell.
No, cause he's actively.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Someone's here. Excuse me, sirs. Hello, Mario. Hello, Luigi. Please allow me to apologize for coming unannounced. I was cleaning out the storeroom in the castle the other day, and I found something rather amazing. Yes, so it's worth found a treasure map. And I'm sure it'll lead to a real treasure this time.
Mario just walks over and just looks dead ass at Peach as he slowly tears it in half.
So, Mario, you'd love to look for treasure, isn't that right? The boat's waiting for you.
Just slowly rips it in half, tosses it on the ground, gets out a lighter, and then tosses it at the map.
That was a game.
Boo. Boo.
You mean yay?
I mean boo.
The best game.
The worst game.
This game is amazing.
No, it isn't. I've been waiting to make this a point. The worst Paper Mario game, it's not at Color Splash or Sticker Store or Origami King. It is this game for setting an unrealistic standard for the franchise because no Paper Mario game will live up to the version of Thousand Year Door that exists in your head from nostalgia. This is honestly the game that I think is holding the series back because everyone wants a basically Thousand Year Door again. Even though when other series do that shit, you complain about them being too samey.
Okay, joking aside, the game has some terrible design decisions and has aged at points. And I can agree with that. And I've said I don't even inherently want Thousand Year Door again. Because my problem with Sticker Star isn't the stickers or whatever. It's the fact that everything is consumable. And because you don't get experience in Sticker Star, fighting battles only gets you money and money gets you stickers. But because money gets you stickers and there's no reason to level up because you do not level up in that game, where your HP increases by finding heart containers like it's a Zelda game, there's no reason to battle in Sticker Star. Meaning, there is absolutely no reason to do combat in an RPG. Whereas this game, at least the combat gets you experience, and experience gets you levels. And
I will be that guy, because we talked about this on and off, sort of throughout this. While you do technically get levels, because your attack and defense stats never go up, in a lot of ways, I sort of feel like the only stat that matters is BP, because badges are what give you all the extra shit. HP and FP are far less
useful. I can agree with that. And if you're playing this game casually, I recommend, even if you're not doing full Danger Mario, it is better to level up mostly FP and BP. I did basically BP only with a tiny bit of FP to show the ludicrous bullshit that is Danger Mario, because with just one FP upgrade...
Remember, you also got those, 2 FP pluses, so if you had kept those on, you would have had, 20 FP throughout the game, and in a lot of ways, especially with Danger Mario's cracked out damage output, that's more than enough.
Especially if you... Oh, yep, Koji Kondo.
Mm-hmm.
If you do the Flower Savers... Yeah, Charles Martinet, Jen Taylor... If you do the Flower Saver, and you give up some attack in if you give up attack in a Danger Mario to do FP and HP drain, so you need some extra power rush to offset that, my draining, I would get the 1 FP I would spend back. And I would get HP back as well. I could drain the 1 FP I needed to do damage and basically break fights. So I basically didn't need FP near the end. Danger Mario is a cracked out example of pushing this game's battle system to the limits in a fun way that's basically just abusing a couple of oversights. But even if you're not fully doing that, leveling up HP I do feel is kind of bad.
Anyway, like I said, my thoughts on this game. This game is one of those games that exist in the same, sort of space as Final Fantasy VII for me, which is, while, for the most part, it is perfectly fine as a game, I hate what it did for its franchise, where, like I said, this is the unrealistic standard everyone holds basically every later game in the franchise up to, and I feel negatively affected said franchise for the worse. Now, Nintendo hasn't really fully milked 1,000 Year Door, so it's, not as bad as 7, where 7 pandering has over...
Rest in peace, Mr. Iwata. You will be missed, dude. Man. God, I miss that man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How long did this recording go on?
It's been 1 hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah, basically almost 2 hours. Though,
there was 5 minutes of that where I got up to pee.
And we do have, I'm going to show the one thing in Possibly Heights, because that should be a thing now, right?
It's a post game.
Okay, yeah. Gotta show that.
It's a post-game thing. You're a strange one, sir. It must be something special to convince you to return. Although, if I had a Goomba that cute waiting for me at the dock, I might return too. Well, whatever you're doing, be careful. Goodbye, sir. This is straight out a post-game. Long time no see, Mario.
Ding.
Damn it. Gotta find the counter later. Everyone's ready. We've heard you were coming, so we've been waiting here for you. So you ready to go? Whatever you want to do. We're so with you. You literally pick back up exactly where you were.
So unlike other RPGs that don't save after the final boss, this one actually does, so because this one actually does, any items used will stay consumed. So remember that one. Besides showing the thing in Possibly Heights, because they actually didn't show that the one treasure was
You have to come back and you have to go talk to him.
Okay, you can show that as well.
And I can make a point about something, and then we can stop. I plan to beat the game today. And by all accounts, I beat the game today.
Because other than a few things of dialogue...
The only other thing I might record on my own time is double-checking a couple of secrets I never showed off and maybe getting some bonus footage of some dialogue. Because there
and
were...
technically, we could at some point show the Pinto Park minigames because we haven't, showed those fucking games at all.
By the way, do you know what was in the treasure chest? It contained a dry shroom!
Yeah.
Oh no, it's nothing to be disappointed by. Now we know for certain that people indeed ate mushrooms 1,000 years ago. This is a groundbreaking anthropology discovery.
Like I said, because it's a dry shroom, my theory to that has been that it was that there actually was a treasure, but the treasure was like an ultra shroom.
I can also make a point about something.
Because at the time, the ultra shroom would have
when
been...
you beat the game, down at the bottom.
I was going to say, isn't there also a trouble that actually...
There's a few troubles. And I think it's this stupid one right here. Yep. That was the one.
To go to the 50th floor of the pit?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that do?
I don't remember what you get. You have to literally fight your way down 50 floors because there's a rumor that if you make it 50 floors down the pit and you graffiti a wish on the wall, your wish comes true, but a guy was getting self-conscious about it, so you have to go to floor 50 and blow up his graffiti.
To make him want to go back out of spite?
No. No. The guy who put the graffiti, they're super embarrassed about somebody finding that, and he thought the wish thing was stupid, meaning he made it 50 floors down to do that in the first place.
How many floors down did that one guy's dad make it?
20.
A week.
No, so that trouble. Hey, can you remove my embarrassing wish? I just wanted to make a point about that. Wait. I think this was the island. Yep, damn it.
It's the other...
It's the other pipe in that room.
Because they...
They're in area order.
I believe it goes area order. I think it's left to right. Might have that.
No,
wrong.
that's left.
Oh.
So it's right to left going down.
Okay.
So this is Possibly Heights. And we'll pop up right where the secret is anyway. Because I know what you're talking about. There she is! Lady Bo! Character from the first game.
Yeah.
It's a cameo.
And her butler.
His name's Bootler.
I was gonna say you should.
That's Bo. Wait a second, Mario. Exactly what is your relationship with her? Tell me now. Just kidding. I always wanted to say that. But you did go on a adventure with her, right? Tell me sometime. Okay.
And if
should. Yep,
yeah.
Bootler.
Bootler.
Because he's a boo and a butler.
I don't know what that pun is in Japanese.
Bo is butler, but what exactly does a butler do? Exactly. Looks like he only listens to Bo, so I guess he wouldn't answer me if I asked. Lady Bo, your beauty is like the song of a nightingale in the evening. Indeed, I feel you've grown into a fine young girl who's made your ancestors proud. It is you, Mario, isn't it? No, it is you, isn't it, Mario? Well, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? I've come here with Bootler. Yes, a little vacation to possibly Sanctum. I haven't left the mansion in ages. I figured it was time to turn some heads on the road. Guahiha. But what a nice surprise to see you. Feel free to be overwhelmed by my beauty.
I would make a joke about her doing the 90s anime laugh, but isn't that actually her victory animation in the original Paper Mario?
Yeah, She does the laugh, and remember, one of her super moves is smacking you with a fan.
Isn't that a fan move defense piercing? Because she's kind of a combination of, like, Vivian and Miss Mouse in the first game. So because of the way the first game works, Bo is fucking disgusting in that game.
She hits like a truck.
Yes.
Fan smack's kind of gross.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, that was that.
That's basically that.
The only other thing you could show off if you wanted to show the dialogue would be literally going back to the Glitz Pit to show, because I think we talked about this before. After a chapter, they say that your data got reset, and
due to an error, Mario is reset and has to start the ranks over, which is just...
But that's there to let you get the potential
tattles again and earn some extra money.
And there is some extra dialogue related to it. Like, I think Rawconk does talk about like getting a second chance to beat you or something, but
and he is less evil, even though he still cheats.
Yeah.
Because he's...
Well, it's the same boss fight.
No, he's programmed to cheat! So, Mr. Up and Coming, I'm not gonna use dirty tactics anymore.
Yeah.
Alright. We can stop. Just have to show off, Bo.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. If I record some bonus footage, I can just tack that on to the end, or maybe make that a small bonus part, which I might do on this completed file, because there were a couple of secrets.
Yeah.
I didn't show off and some other stuff, but I showed what I consider important.
And we technically haven't done the other trouble, so that would... That's one of those that would probably be its own fucking
if people
video.
really want to see it. I did the fucking main game, though.
No.
I beat the Shadow Queen! In a single attack, basically! I know it takes the multi-jump, but even if you had... Like... Because you would do, like, 99, 99... that would mean you would need 2 jumps to beat her with maximum attack. So no matter what you do, you cannot beat the Shadow Queen in a single jump. I beat her in the 4, and then I just kept styling on her for a minute. With all of that said, this is the main portion of the Let's Play. So, main game, basically over. I mean, I straight out beat the final boss. I have Miss Mouse. She got the ending. I generally showed what I wanted to. If I do some bonus stuff, I can cut to that in a moment here, or make that its own video. But if I am cutting, I'll cut in a second. If not, then I can cut to the end slate and other stuff. But to give myself a moment here, I'm going to go silent for a second to have a good point to edit additional bonus footage in. If I'm jumping back in, I decided to use this outro. I hope you all enjoyed the Let's Play, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, to end off the Let's Play, I have a couple of questions. First of all, what is your general consensus on the final boss? Because a lot of people in casual playthroughs actually struggle with the final boss, because she can basically be somewhat difficult, because she can drain HP, she has some defense piercing attacks, and overall, she can deal a surprising amount of damage. So, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people actually think the final boss is challenging. And I've always said, while this game can be a bit easy, I do think the final boss is a surprising challenge if you're not prepared. And even if you are prepared, she can absolutely kick your ass. And now for the next question. How many of you were actually aware that the first 3 slot rolls are rigged and you always get a shine sprite, meaning you will always get a shine sprite bingo. Basically meaning you can absolutely use up all of your points and stuff, and then basically get a bingo and restore all of your stuff once, meaning you can absolutely take the piss out of the final boss by front loading tons of heavy damage that cost a bunch of FP, and then on the turn where you basically get the bingo, you get all of your crap back. So you can also unload a bunch of Crystal Star powers as well. The final Crystal Star, if you do it perfectly, deals an unavoidable 15 damage. So that's pretty good. And Bobbery can be used as a screen nuke, and a lot of the other party members can hit decently hard, and you could also optimize around Mario by basically using Rally Wink with Goombella to have Mario front load a bunch of damage, and you use up some FP and stuff, and then Goombella basically uses Rally Wink so that Mario gets an extra turn. And you can basically do tons of crazy burst damage and then get all of your crap back after the one free bingo. So you can basically front load the final boss with tons of crazy damage and then effectively restore all of your points. So if you know that, it really does make a difference, but most people don't know that. But when you do, it does help tremendously, like I said. And that removes a lot of the difficulty. Now, moving on to the next question. This is more of a silly question I just thought I would ask. How many of you played Thousand Year Door before the original like I did and had no fucking idea who Lady Bo was if you went back to Possibly Heights after beating the game? Because I had no idea who that character was. So the cameo basically flew completely over my head. I think the cameo is neat, but I would love to know if a lot of you are like me and you basically played Thousand Year Door first. So you would go back to Possibly Heights by dumb happenstance, and then you would find her and go, who the fuck are you? But with that said, I'm going to get to my final question because I like asking this. What is your overall opinion on the Let's Play? I think it went well enough, even if a lot of people find Danger Mario to be somewhat boring, but I love pushing Danger Mario to its ludicrous extreme, because all that does is basically show how fun and crazy it can be to absolutely shatter this game. Since I personally don't like the pit, and I love cheating that area, and I also like seeing bosses and stuff get dumpstered in a single turn. While that does trivialize the game, I feel like the build-up to peak Danger Mario still requires a lot of knowledge and planning. And Danger Mario is surprisingly not well documented, but at the same time, it's super well documented because a lot of people have talked about it, but few people ever actually played through the game and straight out from start to finish showed in a Let's Play format how to basically build up to and get Danger Mario rolling. I know some other people did it. I know a few streams have done that. And this isn't even my idea. I just take it in a different direction than a lot of people because I feel like extra damage is pointless. And that the best way to offset Danger Mario is to basically use the draining badges and a bunch of luck. Even though a bunch of people that do modern badge lists will say FP drain and HP drain are worthless and luck is worthless. But I feel like my use case can't be denied, and this channel I have mixed feelings on. Because he personally doesn't like Danger Mario, he basically does not consider badge uses in Danger Mario as valid uses for those badges. But I feel like my showcase is a perfect example of why I like using the badges I did. Because I can basically get back the FP I'm using. Meaning, as long as Mario is doing the damage, you end up using 1 FP but immediately get it back. And the reason I also think HP drain is fine is because if you happen to take some damage, you can generally get your health back for free super easily, and I think that's a plus. Because the way luck badges actually work is each luck badge technically doesn't stack. They all technically fire individually, but they fire in a weird percentile where each individual luck badge, while it gives a percentage, it's actually not a direct percentile. It is technically a different equation, because what is actually going on, 10% luck means you basically dodge an attack 1 out of every 10 times. But when you start stacking luck badges, because they all fire off individually, apparently it multiplies in a weird way where you will never truly have 100% luck, since they're all weird ranges that are like that. But I've heard someone say when you hit an equivalent of 100% luck, you basically have 1 in 1,000 odds of getting hit. So you might as well be fucking invincible at that point. Almost nothing is going to be able to hit you, since on average your odds of getting hit are 1 in 1,000, and that's per attack. So generally every time the game attacks you, it just ticks through all the possible combinations, and it basically decides, oh, something hits, but you're looking at a hit rate so rare that almost nothing can ever actually touch you. But I like having HP drain as a buffer, because if you happen to take damage, that's not a bad thing. And in general, that also lets you offset some HP recovery when your luck is lower. Or you could forego some luck for other stuff, but I think having a decent amount of luck is the best, because that balances around everything. You generally avoid most damage, drain HP if you happen to take damage, and you drain FP, and with the 2 Flower Savers equipped, as long as you deal damage the way I was dealing damage, Danger Mario effectively perpetuates itself. And I feel like the one guy is just being a semantic asshole because he doesn't like Danger Mario, so in his mind, oh, it's not a valid strategy, so he doesn't include any Danger Mario specific use cases, even though I feel like, my man, you're being a petty baby. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not a valid use. Because I feel like Danger Mario, if you are doing it the way I did it, what I did is fine. And I would love more people to generally agree with that. But to get back on topic here, I would love to know your general consensus on the Let's Play, since I think it went well because I wanted to showcase an extreme high-end Danger Mario run, and I did that. But anyway, I've been talking way too damn long. So anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.